Good evening, everyone. We begin the readout tonight with Show Us the Tape. Nearly a week after Andrew Brown Jr. was shot and killed by police in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, with law enforcement officials providing virtually no details and no body camera footage yet. Federal investigators are now joining the investigation. Today, the Charlotte office of the FBI launched a civil rights probe to determine whether federal laws were violated in the shooting. That announcement comes as lawyers for the family released an independent autopsy report finding that Brown was shot 5 times by deputies, with the cause of death, a gunshot to the back of the head.
We now know, because we have not been able to get any official documentation concerning this shooting, that this, in fact, was a fatal wound to the back of Mr. Brown's head as he was leaving the site trying to evade being shot at by these particular law enforcement officers who we believe did nothing but a straight-out execution.
Lawyers said the autopsy indicated that Brown was first shot 4 times in his right arm and started to drive away before the fatal shot to the back of his head. Today's Brown's son, who along with the family and their attorneys was allowed to view a 20-second redacted snippet of footage from one body camera in the killing, also called his father's killing and execution.
To my pops, man, yesterday I said he was executed. This autopsy report showed me that was correct. Those 3 gunshots to the arm, that wasn't enough? That wasn't enough? It's obvious he was trying to get away. It's obvious. And they gonna shoot him in the back of the head. That's not right. That's not right at all, man.
Following the release of the private autopsy, Pasquotank County Sheriff Tommy Wooten said that he wanted answers as much as the public, adding that the private autopsy was just one piece of the puzzle. And today, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper said a special prosecutor should handle all matters involving the shooting to help assure the community and Andrew Brown's family that a decision on criminal charges is without bias. Bakari Sellers, one of the lawyers representing the family, said more information is needed from all parties involved to provide some justice for the family.
You don't have to care for Ben or Bakari or Harry. You don't have to be Democrat or Republican. You don't have to be white or black to realize that what this family has not gotten is justice. We have an execution here in Elizabeth City. We demand justice from the sheriff's department. We demand justice from this district attorney. We demand justice not for anybody standing up here, but we demand justice for Andrew Brown and his family.
Late today, new video was released from a city camera mounted near Andrew Brown's house, showing Pasquotank County deputies arriving to serve a warrant on Brown in the moments before he was killed. The angle does not show what happened next. A hearing is scheduled for tomorrow morning regarding the release of the deputies' body camera footage from the shooting. And joining me now from Elizabeth City, North Carolina, is NBC News correspondent Kerry Sanders. Kerry, I'm glad to get a chance to talk with you because it feels to me like a lot of what's happening among officials in Pasquotank County and in the state is playing keep away. They're each saying, no, look over there, look over there, look over there. I don't have the authority. I don't have the authority. I don't have the authority. I can't tell you how many of these press conferences I've seen where all I hear from these people is I don't have the authority to release the tape, even to the family. Can you give us some clarity on when even the family and their attorneys, who seem entitled to it, are going to get to see what actually happened to Andrew Brown Jr.?
Well, what you have in North Carolina is a rather strict law that can be interpreted. And so what you have is the Sheriff Wooten here saying that he can't release the video based on the law here in North Carolina and that it has to be determined by a judge whether it can be released. We're 6 days in, and it's only tomorrow that this is going to reach a judge. So the family has, and the lawyers have a pretty good argument saying that things are moving in slow motion from where they see. Yesterday, they came here to the sheriff's office and they thought, well, we're going to finally get a chance to look at the body camera and dash cam videos. It's estimated there may be as many as 9 body cameras, multiple dash cams. And when they arrived here, they found out that they were only going to get a chance to see one body camera, one 20-second clip from the body camera, and that it was going to be redacted. The law here in North Carolina gives the authority to smear the faces of the identities of the officers involved. And so when the family went in expecting to see that they were going to look at all the videos and only saw 20 seconds, they were disheartened and quite frankly angry. They didn't understand why this is happening, and they had hoped that they wouldn't only just get a chance to see it, but that they'd be able to walk out of here with copies. None of that happened, and so now they're going to court tomorrow, and they're going to argue that they believe all of that footage should be made public, and it'll be up to a judge. But interestingly, on Saturday, the sheriff here said that he wanted to make that video public. But in the paperwork that's been filed, he says he wants the video to be given to the adult son of Andrew Brown, Khalil Farabee. So if that is going to happen, it means that what he's going to see here is just looking at the video, but not getting a chance to walk away with it. And not being able to walk away with it for him is going to be considered a loss, because he wants to get it out not only for himself, but for the public. You know, Joy, not too far from here, there's another peaceful protest. And it's notable that these folks here have been very peaceful. They have a very strong relationship with the city police, but they are not happy with the county sheriff's office and the way the county government has been moving along with this.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.